Though tens of thousands of foreign-based POGO workers have been sent home since the start of the year, some residual groups still remain and have gone under the radar and into the shadows to engage in scams and criminal money-making schemes, with law enforcement hot on their tracks to put them away for good. Meanwhile, the palace is not letting the PNP chief and his officers off the hook in their latest caper into the EDSA busway, and reminds all and sundry that the special lane is solely for ambulances and vehicles in life or death situations. Our Kenneth Paciente has more, to include the latest move by the DOTR chief to scrap the RFID payment method in expressways.
Double effort. That is what the palace wants authorities to do to completely eradicate POGO operations in the country. According to PCO Undersecretary and Palace Press Officer Claire Castro, law enforcement agencies must be mobilized to go after those behind these operations, especially since despite the total ban on POGO in the country, some operators are still being caught continuing this illegal practice secretly. Although it has not yet been discussed, she said that a study will be conducted to determine whether an amendment to Executive Order Number 74, which mandates the total ban on POGO operations, is necessary.
Dahil po ngayon ay nagkakaroon po ng problema ayon sa balita, pag-iigtingin po natin at pag-aaralin pa po natin mabuti kung ano pa ang dapat gawin. Katulad po ng aking sinabi, mabilisan pong aksyon ito dahil hindi po talaga dapat nananatili rito ang mga illegal na operasyon ng POGO.
Castro also believes that local government units who have jurisdiction over areas where POGO guerrilla operations are often discovered should be investigated.
Alamin po natin kung hanggang saan po ang naging partisipasyon ng mga opisyal ng LGU, kung nabigyan po ito ng permit, kahit wala pong tamang dokumento, at lumalabas po na lahat itong mga taong ito na nagkaroon po ng tsansang makapagtrabaho sa Pilipinas. Malamang ay hindi lamang po mga opisyal ng LGU ang maaaring managot. Kailangan po nating matrace kung paano nakapasok ang mga foreigners, Chinese nationals in particular, or may iba pa, no? May iba pa po mga foreign nationals. At ito po ay pag-aaralan natin at makikipagtulungan po tayo sa lahat ng ahensya para masugpo ito.
There should be no room for abuse, especially among government officials, according to the palace. This statement is in connection with a police convoy spotted using the EDSA busway and justifying it by claiming they had an important meeting. Malacanang emphasized that only ambulances and fire trucks responding to emergencies are allowed to use this lane.
Ang palasyo po ay ayaw po ng abuso. Definitely po, kung sino yung dapat managot, kung may pang-aabuso, ay dapat lamang pong managot. Hindi po ito tolerate ng palasyo ang mga abusong gawain, kung meron.
The palace also reiterated that the president maintains his position that the International Criminal Court, or ICC, has no jurisdiction over the country. This after the Office of the Solicitor General encouraged the ICC to just hand over evidence related to the previous administration's illegal drugs war.
Nandun pa rin po ang ating polisiya na wala pong jurisdiction ang ICC sa ngayon. But kapag po humingi ng tulong ang Interpol, magkukumplay po tayo at tutulong po tayo.
Castro was also asked about the palace's view on the actions taken by newly appointed Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon, especially his decision to cancel the total cashless transaction systems on expressways, which seems to contravene government's push for digitalization. She emphasized that the secretary should be afforded enough time to study various issues within the department.
Sabi nga niya po ay kailangan nating gawing perpekto yung expressway system natin. So, pagbigyan po muna natin ang ating appointed, newly appointed Secretary of DOTR, Vince Dizon. At kapag po ito ay kanya naaral, maaari po siya magbigay ng report kung kinakailangan talaga 100% na dito sa expressway payment.
Castro also believes that SIM card registration should now be done face-to-face, given the persistence of tech scams despite the implementation of the SIM card registration law. She said this is to prevent the abuse of online registration and to ensure only legitimate individuals own registered SIM cards. Meanwhile, the government, she said, is ready to comply should the Supreme Court order the restoration of PhilHealth's lost subsidy. From PTV Manila, Kenneth Paciente, Balitang Pambansa.